Hey everyone, welcome to Area 616. So the other day I found this article on Screen Rant where Hutch Parker, an X-Men franchise producer, said there's still a, quote, passionate interest in making Gambit, which led me to think, wait, that's still happening? So that got me wondering, what other Marvel movies are stuck in development limbo? So without further ado, let's get started. Fan-4-Stick 2. We all remember 2015's Fan-4-Stick, unfortunately. Many attempts have been made to wipe it from our memories, but none have worked, so instead we're forced to sit and remember all the things we could have been doing when we saw it instead. Regardless, apparently a sequel is still kinda sorta on Fox's radar. It was officially removed from their schedule, but Simon Kinberg has insisted that they haven't completely given up on the Fantastic Four. They're just going to let it sit for a little while. Kate Mara and Miles Teller have both expressed interest in returning, surprisingly, but there has been no real news for a while now. Namor, the Submariner. There's been a Namor movie in development for years, since 1997 to be exact. Nothing really started moving forward though until it landed with Universal in 2001, who hired David Self to write it, with a 2004 release in mind. Production was stalled for a while, Christopher Columbus signed on in 2004, and then subsequently signed off in 2005, and the release date was bumped up to 2007 with Jonathan Mostow set to direct. Then nothing happened. For a couple of years, people wondered if Namor's rights had returned to Marvel Studios or not, and in June 2014 it was revealed that he had indeed returned home. Sorta. According to Kevin Feige, there's still contracts and things attached to it that need to be sorted out, but he is technically with Marvel now, so what's happening? There's been no confirmations about anything as of yet, and if there is a Namor movie in the works, we won't see it until, at the absolute very least, 2020. This is made more complicated by the Aquaman movie that's currently filming that Marvel would still be accused of trying to cash in if they made a Namor movie, due to the similarities. But all hope may not be lost. According to a post by Production Weekly, a site that lists all movies and TV shows starting production on any week, apparently in February 2017, not long after The Inhumans started filming, a TV series called The Submariner started production in Hawaii. There's been no confirmations from Marvel whatsoever, but moving him to TV might be the best move they could make with the character right now. Nick Fury. Back when the Marvel Cinematic Universe was still in the works, there were initially plans for a Nick Fury movie starring Samuel L. Jackson to be part of Phase 1. Andrew Marlowe was hired to write the script, and then nothing happened. Now Nick Fury has been in 7 MCU projects to date, including Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. His contract included 9 films, which seems to mean the Infinity War films, which I'm pretty sure count as one movie on the contracts, and Captain Marvel will be his final movies. So, I guess this is just never happening. Well, not so fast. In a recent interview, Samuel L. Jackson was asked if he'd be in Black Panther, which he said no, and then said this.
Hey, you didn't see me in Civil War. I'm still out there trying to figure out what, the skull.
They're not trying to make.
Interesting how he kind of trails off, like he's realizing he's made a mistake. So it does sound like something's going on with Fury that we don't know about. Black Widow. In 2004, when her film rights were with Lionsgate, David Hayter was hired to write a script, and later dropped out. Then, years later, in 2010, it was said that Marvel Studios was in talks with Scarlett Johansson over a Black Widow solo movie. Of course, 2010 was the year she made her first appearance as Black Widow in Iron Man 2, and of course we all know that she's gone on to be one of the MCU's biggest characters. So what about the solo film? Well, it sounds like things might be looking up. Feige has recently committed to a Black Widow movie after Infinity War, and Scarlett Johansson is very interested in doing it, so it sounds like this movie won't be in development limbo for too much longer. Sinister Six. I could make a whole video on all of the planned Amazing Spider-Man spin-off films by Sony, and in fact I might do that for Spider-Man Week in July if you guys want, but today I'm going to talk about just one, Sinister Six. This was heavily teased in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which set up several members of the team, which would have included the Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, Kraven, Mysterio, the Rhino, and Vulture. On top of that, the film actually had a screenwriter, Drew Goddard, who helped make Daredevil on Netflix, and was reportedly set for a November 2016 release. But then The Amazing Spider-Man 2 blew up in their faces, and then the infamous Sony hackings happened, which led to them making a deal with Marvel, and the Sinister Six movie going silent. Recently, Sony has announced 2 Spider-Man-less spin-off films, with Venom, starring Tom Hardy and set for an October 5th, 2018 release date, and then Silver and Black, which will be about Silver Sable and Black Cat, with Gina Prince Bythewood set to direct. So could a Sinister Six movie still be in the works? I really hope not, but who knows. Gambit. This is probably the most recent one on this list. At the X-Men Days of Future Past premiere, it was revealed that Channing Tatum would play Gambit in X-Men Apocalypse and in a solo movie. Apocalypse has come and gone, and there was no Gambit to be seen. In 2014, the solo film was announced for October 7th, 2016, with Joshua Zedemer writing the script. Then Rupert Wyatt came on as director. Léa Seydoux was cast as Belladonna Boudreaux. Then Wyatt dropped out. Then the release date was dropped. Then Doug Liman came on, and it was set to start filming in March 2016. Then Liman dropped out to do Justice League Dark for DC, which he has also dropped out of. That left Gambit with no director, release date, or filming start in sight. It was decided that they'd start filming after Tatum finished Logan Lucky, which is coming to theaters this August 18th, with a new filmmaker attached. Since then, Frank Darabont has been rumored to be in the running, and Simon Kinberg has repeatedly insisted it's totally still happening, and that Tatum is still attached to star, although there hasn't been any word on if Seydoux is still attached. With all the craziness around it, I wouldn't be at all surprised if it never happened, but Fox is reportedly determined to make it, so perhaps we'll get some news soon. But in any event, those were all the Marvel movies I could find that were still stuck in development limbo. Would you guys like to see any of these come to fruition, or should the respective studios just drop them? Let me know all your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.
Well, I'm not rich and I'm not free, but I got my gal and she got me. He's got the money and the publishing rights, but I got